Mackinac Island, a step back in time. Our trip begins in Mackinac City, Michigan. It promises to be a beautiful sunny day as we pull away from the ferry dock. The trip from Mackinac City to the island will take about 40 minutes. The ferry takes us past the Mackinac Bridge. Nicknamed the Mighty Mac, the bridge first opened to traffic on November 1st, 1957. At the time, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world with 2 towers between anchorages. The 5-mile bridge connects Michigan's upper and lower peninsulas. There are several transportation companies that provide ferry service between Mackinac Island and the mainland. Some are faster than others, but all are strictly passenger ferries. No cars are allowed on Mackinac Island. The ferries are clean and comfortable. You can sit outside in the fresh air, or go inside if it gets too windy. As we approach the island, we see the Grand Hotel. Built in 1887, the hotel boasts the world's longest front porch at over 600 feet long. Famous guests include 5 U.S. presidents, as well as author Mark Twain and inventor Thomas Edison. As a matter of fact, it was at the Grand Hotel where Edison gave the first public demonstration of his talking machine, the phonograph. Our ferry approaches Haldeman Bay, where the harbor is located. We'll come around the west breakwater at Biddle's Point and head to the dock, where we'll disembark. Main Street runs through downtown and is lined with shops on both sides. Traffic is limited to bicycles and horse-drawn vehicles. Autos have been prohibited on the island since 1898, when the residents decided to ban them, purportedly because cars were noisy, smelly, and they startled the horses. Consequently, only emergency and service vehicles are permitted on the island. Fortunately, there are other ways to get around, walking and bicycling being the most common. If you prefer, you can take a carriage tour of the island instead. These tours will regale you with history and interesting facts about the island. For those who like the spooky, there is even a haunted history tour of Mackinac Island. On the other hand, you can rent a horse and buggy to explore on your own if you prefer. It is also possible to rent a bicycle, or even a horse, and enjoy the sights of Mackinac Island at your own pace. One of Mackinac Island's most distinguishing features is Arch Rock. Arch Rock is a natural limestone arch rising 146 feet above the waters of Lake Huron. The arch was formed during the post-glacial Lake Nipissing period, approximately 3,000 years ago. From Arch Rock, you can get a spectacular view of Lake Huron. By far, bicycling is the most popular means of experiencing Mackinac Island. Whole families ride along M185, the only state highway in the U.S. without any cars. Tandem bicycles, bike trailers, and adult tricycles ensure that young and old alike can participate in a bike trip around the island. It's only about 8 miles, and the terrain is flat and easy. Mackinac Island is famous for its fudge. Fudge is a soft candy related to caramel. The island is home to over 15 fudge shops, and every year there is a Mackinac Island Fudge Festival. The hot fudge is poured onto marble tables and paddled until it cools and starts to take shape, or sets. Nuts or other extras may be added just before the fudge begins to set. Traditionally, fudge is made with cocoa, but now there are many flavors in addition to chocolate. Tourists on Mackinac Island are also called fudgies, since so many of them purchase the confection to bring home as a delicious reminder of their trip to Mackinac. Mackinac Island State Harbor is the place where private boats can dock at one of over 70 slips. It's directly across from the island's iconic landmark, Fort Mackinac. The fort was established by the British during the American Revolutionary War and was the site of 2 battles during the War of 1812. It is one of a handful of surviving forts of the Revolutionary War. Throughout the 19th century, the fort was a U.S. Army outpost until its decommissioning in 1895. Mackinac Island is not very large, less than 4 square miles in area. About 500 people live on the island year-round. There are a number of private residences, a couple of churches, and even a public elementary school. Yet during the busy summer season, the sleepy little island turns into a bustling tourist attraction with summer residents and sightseers, up to 15,000 visitors per day. Life on an island is quite different from life on the mainland, slower paced and more laid back. When you visit Mackinac Island, you can experience that easygoing attitude for yourself and get a taste for what life was like over 100 years ago.